I'm Adam with OP Movement, and today we're going to be breaking down the rear foot elevated split squat or Bulgarian split squat, and we're going to be looking at how we can maximize this activity for hip extension and working on getting that hip extension before knee extension. So when it comes to performing a lunge or a split squat activity, there are many ways we can do this, but if our main goal is getting better hip extension, especially before knee extension, which is pivotal in running because we don't want to be extending back at the knee and then extending through the back, we want to get that hip to be the one driving over top. We can set up a little bit differently and focus on the movement a little differently in our Bulgarian or rear foot elevated split squat. So using a couple of weights here, I'm going to be in front of, whether you have a bench or a setup like this, you'll be in front of it to the point where if I put my back leg on, I'm still relatively on top of my front foot. So I don't want to be too far out in front where my body's way behind. I want to find that distance where I'm comfortably on top of the front foot, but I'm not too close as well. From here, it's just simply softening into the hip, letting the knee bend, so my hip may move back slightly, but once I'm coming out of the bottom position, my shin angle, as you can see, it's forward here. I want to keep it there the entire time. So as I press up, I'm trying my best not to let my knee lock back. I'm trying to stand tall just by getting that hip to come forward over that knee. So again, I'll sit into this position. My hip may move slightly back. I have a slight angle where my chest and my shin are basically at the same angle. And then I'm pushing hard through the ground, getting my hip to come up without locking my knee back. This will get more quad activity as well as glute and hip to drive us forward in that position. So another small tip here as you perform this movement, find a height of a bench that is not too tall. If it's above your knee, you're probably putting yourself in too much hip extension in the back and just relying on the back to extend. So we want a lower height, somewhere mid-shin level, where we can keep that back foot nice and low and we're not limited by our hip extension. So now we've got a nice clean ability to sit into that. Lastly, when you put your foot up, you'll naturally find yourself slightly tipping forward just to lift that, keep that angle, and sit into that angle. And from there, again, maintain that position of the shin, push through the ground, and you'll feel standing tall and forward on top of that foot that your hip and quad are the main ones doing the extension. So this is a great breakdown. Use it in your strength activities.